The 66 Laws of Illuminati Volume 2. Seventh Law, the Law of Adaptation, Embracing Change. Adam's journey had shown him that change was not a disruptor but a catalyst for growth. The law of adaptation became his compass, teaching him that the ability to pivot in the face of change was a skill that could lead to unexpected opportunities. With his purpose as his foundation, his vision as his guide, his actions as his tools, his persistence as his strength, his resilience as his shield, Adam learned to dance with the rhythm of change. In the heart of the city, Adam found himself facing a situation that required him to pivot his mentorship program. External factors had shifted, and he realized that clinging to the old ways would only hinder progress. He remembered that the law of adaptation was his guiding principle, a reminder that flexibility was a key to survival. Adaptation, he understood, was not about compromising one's core values or abandoning one's vision. It was about recognizing the changing landscape and finding innovative ways to continue moving forward. With determination in his heart, Adam began the process of embracing change while staying true to his purpose. The law of adaptation guided Adam to assess the situation with clarity and open-mindedness. He sought input from his community and welcomed new perspectives. Through this process, he discovered opportunities he hadn't considered before, avenues that aligned with his purpose while also addressing the changing circumstances. But adaptation wasn't just about external adjustments, it was also about evolving as an individual. Adam understood that growth came from stepping out of his comfort zone and embracing new challenges. He challenged himself to learn new skills, to approach problems from different angles, and to welcome change as an integral part of his journey. As he navigated the waters of change, Adam encountered moments of uncertainty and doubt. There were times when he questioned whether he was making the right decisions. In those moments, he turned to the stories of those who had successfully adapted to change, drawing inspiration from their courage and resilience. Adam began incorporating practices that fostered adaptability. He cultivated a mindset that saw change as an opportunity rather than a threat. He embraced the unknown with a sense of curiosity, recognizing that each shift in direction was a chance to learn, grow, and explore new horizons. With time, Adam's mentorship program not only weathered the storm of change, but flourished in its wake. The adjustments he had made allowed the program to reach new heights and impact even more lives. The law of adaptation had taught him that change was not a roadblock but a doorway to new possibilities. One day, as he stood before a mirror, Adam looked into his own eyes and declared, "I am adaptable." It became his affirmation, a reminder that his ability to adapt was a testament to his resilience and determination. He understood that adaptability was a strength that enabled him to navigate the ever-changing landscape of his journey. In a moment of reflection by the river, where he often sought solace, Adam watched as the water flowed effortlessly around the rocks and obstacles in its path. The river's adaptability reminded him of the law of adaptation, a natural law that guided all living things to adjust and thrive in changing environments. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow on the water, Adam felt a sense of gratitude for the law of adaptation. It had transformed his challenges into opportunities, his uncertainties into growth. He realized that adaptability wasn't just a skill, it was a mindset, a way of embracing change with open arms and a heart full of courage. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his North Star, his actions driven by determination, his persistence unwavering, his resilience steadfast, and his adaptability as his compass, Adam looked ahead with anticipation. The law of adaptation had become his guide, leading him through the twists and turns of his journey. As he embraced change with an open heart, he knew that he was not just a passenger on this journey but an active participant in the ever-evolving symphony of his success and personal growth. Eighth Law, the law of focus, the focused gaze. In the midst of a world filled with distractions, Adam discovered that focus was the lantern that illuminated his path. The law of focus became his compass, guiding him to channel his energy toward his most important tasks. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his guide, his actions as his tools, his persistence as his strength, his resilience as his shield, and his adaptability as his ally, Adam learned the art of cultivating unwavering focus. In the heart of the city's bustling streets, Adam realized that the modern world was a whirlwind of stimuli. He understood that focus was not just about concentration, it was about directing his attention toward the actions that aligned with his purpose and vision. With determination in his heart, he decided to master the law of focus. The law of focus taught Adam that focusing on too many tasks at once could dilute his effectiveness. He recognized the power of narrowing his attention to a single task, the power of being present and fully engaged. With this insight, he began to structure his days around focused blocks of time dedicated to specific goals. Adam embraced practices that supported his focus. He created a clutter-free workspace and eliminated digital distractions during his work hours. He developed the habit of single tasking, devoting his full attention to one task before moving on to the next. Through these practices, he cultivated an environment that nurtured his ability to concentrate. But focus wasn't just about external strategies, it was also about cultivating a mindset of intentionality. Adam learned to align his actions with his purpose, ensuring that each task he undertook brought him closer to his goals. He understood that focus was a key that unlocked the door to productivity and progress. As he honed his ability to focus, Adam encountered moments of temptation. A barrage of emails, social media notifications, and competing priorities vied for his attention. In those moments, he turned to the stories of those who had mastered the art of focus, drawing inspiration from their discipline and determination. Adam's mentorship program began to thrive in ways he had never imagined. The focused energy he brought to each task amplified his impact. His interactions with his community were richer, and the outcomes of his efforts were more meaningful. The law of focus had shown him that a laser-like attention to his goals was a catalyst for success. One day, as he stood before a mirror, Adam looked into his own eyes and affirmed, "I am focused." It became his mantra, a reminder that focus was not just a fleeting state but a cultivated skill. He understood that focus was a conscious choice, a decision to channel his energy toward actions that mattered most. In a moment of reflection in the same park that had witnessed the inception of his journey, Adam gazed at the still water of the pond. The ripples caused by a single pebble reminded him of the law of focus, a small action with the potential to create significant impact. Just as a pebble's ripples spread across the water, his focused actions sent ripples of progress throughout his journey. As the sun painted the sky with warm hues of gold and pink, Adam felt a deep sense of gratitude for the law of focus. It had transformed his days from a scattered blur into purposeful strides. He understood that focus wasn't just about productivity, it was a way of living with intention and aligning his actions with his purpose. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his compass, his actions guided by determination, his persistence unwavering, his resilience steadfast, his adaptability at the ready, and his focus as his guiding light, Adam looked ahead with anticipation. The law of focus had become his beacon, illuminating his path through the distractions of the world. As he continued to cultivate focus with intention, he knew that he was steering his ship toward the shores of success and personal growth. Ninth law, the law of discipline, forge of discipline. In a world of endless possibilities, Adam understood that discipline was the furnace that refined his actions into achievements. The law of discipline became his mentor, teaching him that consistency and self-control were the keys to mastery. With his purpose as his foundation, his vision as his guide, his actions as his tools, his persistence as his strength, his resilience as his shield, his adaptability as his ally, and his focus as his compass, Adam embraced the forge of discipline to shape his journey. In the heart of the city's vibrant energy, Adam realized that his path required a steadfast commitment to disciplined action. The law of discipline showed him that without consistent effort, even the most brilliant intentions could fizzle out. With determination in his heart, he resolved to forge a foundation of discipline. Discipline, he learned, was not about restriction but about freedom. It was the bridge that connected his goals with his actions. He embraced the practice of setting specific routines and structures that supported his progress. Through this disciplined approach, he transformed his daily habits into stepping stones toward his desired outcomes. Adam introduced practices that cultivated self-discipline. He started each day with a morning routine that included exercise, meditation, and goal setting. He created a clear schedule that allocated time for focused work, self-care, and reflection. These practices became the threads that wove together his days with intention. But discipline wasn't just about external routines, it was about cultivating an internal wellspring of motivation. Adam understood that discipline was the force that allowed him to show up even when motivation waned. He tapped into his purpose as a well of inspiration, fueling his actions with a sense of commitment. As he walked the disciplined path, Adam encountered moments of temptation and resistance. The allure of comfort and instant gratification beckoned, but he knew that discipline required him to stay the course. In those moments, he turned to the stories of those who had mastered the art of discipline, drawing inspiration from their dedication and resilience. Adam's mentorship program flourished under the disciplined approach he had adopted. His consistent efforts bore fruit, and his impact on the lives of others deepened. The law of discipline had shown him that by forging the habit of disciplined action, he was crafting the foundation for his success. One day, as he stood before a mirror, Adam looked into his own eyes and affirmed, "I am disciplined." It became his declaration, a reminder that discipline was not just an external force, but an internal compass. He understood that discipline was a conscious choice, a commitment to align his actions with his aspirations. In a moment of reflection in the same park that had witnessed the inception of his journey, Adam observed a sculptor at work, chiseling away at a block of marble. The act of creation, he realized, required discipline, the discipline to chip away the unnecessary, to refine and shape until the masterpiece emerged. Just as the sculptor transformed raw material into art, he was transforming his actions into achievements through the crucible of discipline. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the landscape, Adam felt a deep sense of gratitude for the law of discipline. It had transformed his intentions into habits, his dreams into routines. He recognized that discipline wasn't just about consistency, it was a mindset that allowed him to create with intention and purpose. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his North Star, his actions guided by determination, his persistence unwavering, his resilience steadfast, his adaptability at the ready, his focus as his compass, and his discipline as his guiding force, Adam looked ahead with anticipation. The law of discipline had become his ally, empowering him to navigate the waves of distraction and steer his ship toward the shores of success and personal growth. As he continued to forge his journey with the hammer of discipline, he knew that he was crafting a legacy of achievement and transformation. 10th Law, the law of mastery, the pursuit of mastery. In the tapestry of his journey, Adam discovered that mastery was not a destination but a lifelong pursuit. The law of mastery became his guide, showing him that excellence was born from a commitment to continuous improvement. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his guide, his actions as his tools, his persistence as his strength, his resilience as his shield, his adaptability as his ally, his focus as his compass, and his discipline as his forge, Adam embarked on the path of mastery with unwavering determination. Amid the vibrant rhythm of the city, Adam recognized that his journey was an evolving masterpiece, with each brushstroke of effort contributing to its richness. The law of mastery taught him that excellence was not a static state but a process that demanded a dedication to growth and refinement. With determination in his heart, he embraced the pursuit of mastery. Mastery, he understood, was not about perfection but about progress. It was about committing to constant learning and improvement. Adam sought out opportunities to hone his skills, seeking guidance from mentors, and engaging in deliberate practice. Through this pursuit, he transformed his actions into expressions of excellence. Adam integrated practices that fostered mastery into his daily routine. He set aside time for focused skill development, engaged in deep study of his field, and consistently sought feedback to enhance his performance. He understood that mastery required a willingness to embrace challenges and push beyond his comfort zone. But mastery wasn't just about skill, it was also about mindset. Adam recognized that he needed to cultivate a growth-oriented perspective, one that welcomed failures as opportunities to learn and setbacks as stepping stones to progress. The law of mastery guided him to approach each day with a commitment to become better than the person he was yesterday. As he pursued mastery, Adam encountered moments of frustration and self-doubt. There were times when progress seemed slow, and the road ahead felt steep. In those moments, he turned to the stories of those who had achieved mastery, drawing inspiration from their perseverance and dedication. Adam's mentorship program evolved into a model of excellence under his pursuit of mastery. His commitment to growth was infectious, inspiring those around him to elevate their own efforts. The law of mastery had shown him that by dedicating himself to constant improvement, he was contributing to a legacy of excellence. One day, as he stood before a mirror, Adam looked into his own eyes and affirmed, "I am a master in the making." It became his declaration, a reminder that mastery was not an elusive dream but a journey he was actively crafting. He understood that mastery was not about a destination, it was about the commitment to lifelong learning and growth. In a moment of reflection by the river, where his journey had first begun, Adam observed a river stone polished smooth by the flow of water. The stone's transformation over time, he realized, mirrored the journey of mastery, a gradual process of refinement that yielded a remarkable outcome. Just as the stone evolved through the touch of water, he was evolving through the touch of deliberate effort. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting warm reflections on the water's surface, Adam felt a deep sense of gratitude for the law of mastery. It had transformed his actions into artistry, his journey into a canvas of growth. He recognized that mastery wasn't just about skill, it was about embracing the process of becoming the best version of oneself. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his North Star, his actions guided by determination, his persistence unwavering, his resilience steadfast, his adaptability at the ready, his focus as his compass, his discipline as his forge, and his pursuit of mastery as his guiding light, Adam looked ahead with anticipation. The law of mastery had become his mentor, urging him to strive for excellence in all that he did. As he continued to pursue mastery with dedication, he knew that he was sculpting a life of extraordinary accomplishment and profound personal growth. 11th Law, the Law of Learning, Eternal Student. In the ever-unfolding chapters of his journey, Adam realized that the pursuit of knowledge was the compass that guided him through uncharted waters. The law of learning became his teacher, revealing that growth was born from the hunger for knowledge and the humility to embrace the role of a perpetual student. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his guide, his actions as his tools, his persistence as his strength, his resilience as his shield, his adaptability as his ally, his focus as his compass, his discipline as his forge, his pursuit of mastery as his beacon, Adam embraced the mantle of an eternal student with a heart eager to learn. In the heart of the city's intellectual pulse, Adam recognized that the journey of growth was intricately intertwined with the journey of learning. The law of learning illuminated his path, showing him that each lesson, whether from success or failure, was a stepping stone toward deeper understanding. With determination in his heart, he embraced the lifelong pursuit of knowledge. Learning, he understood, was not confined to classrooms, it was a continuous process that extended into every facet of life. Adam sought out opportunities to expand his horizons, devouring books, attending seminars, and engaging in thought-provoking conversations. Through this thirst for knowledge, he transformed his journey into an odyssey of discovery. Adam incorporated practices that fostered his commitment to learning. He adopted the habit of journaling, recording insights gained from his experiences. He actively sought feedback from mentors and peers, recognizing that multiple perspectives enriched his understanding. He approached each day with an open mind, ready to absorb new insights from the world around him. But learning wasn't just about acquiring facts, it was about cultivating wisdom. Adam understood that wisdom came from the integration of knowledge into one's actions and decisions. The law of learning guided him to reflect on his experiences, extracting lessons that would inform his choices moving forward. As he embraced the role of an eternal student, Adam encountered moments of challenge and unfamiliarity. There were times when he grappled with complex concepts and faced the discomfort of not knowing. In those moments, he turned to the stories of those who had embarked on the journey of lifelong learning, drawing inspiration from their perseverance and curiosity. Adam's mentorship program benefited greatly from his commitment to continuous learning. His expanding knowledge enriched his interactions with the community, allowing him to offer insights and guidance with greater depth. The law of learning had shown him that the pursuit of knowledge was not just a means to an end, it was a journey of self-discovery and personal evolution. One day, as he stood before a mirror, Adam looked into his own eyes and affirmed, "I am an eternal student." It became his declaration, a reminder that the quest for knowledge was a privilege and an honor. He understood that learning was not about achieving a final destination, it was about immersing oneself in the river of wisdom and allowing it to shape the course of life. In a moment of reflection in the same park that had witnessed the inception of his journey, Adam gazed at the trees swaying in the breeze. The rustling leaves whispered the truth of the law of learning, a truth that reminded him that growth was an ongoing process, an ever-unfolding narrative of discovery. As the sun painted the sky with shades of orange and gold, Adam felt a deep sense of gratitude for the law of learning. It had transformed his journey into a symphony of exploration, his days into classrooms of wisdom. He recognized that the pursuit of knowledge wasn't just about accumulating facts, it was about enriching his understanding of the world and his place within it. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his North Star, his actions guided by determination, his persistence unwavering, his resilience steadfast, his adaptability at the ready, his focus as his compass, his discipline as his forge, his pursuit of mastery as his beacon, and his mantle of an eternal student as his guide, Adam looked ahead with anticipation. The law of learning had become his compass, directing him toward the shores of enlightenment and self-discovery. As he continued to embrace the joy of learning, he knew that he was nurturing a spirit that would forever be curious, evolving, and alive with the flames of knowledge. 12th Law, the law of patience, patience's virtue. In the tapestry of time, Adam discovered that patience was the gentle hand that guided him through the labyrinth of challenges. The law of patience became his mentor, teaching him that success was not rushed but crafted with the steady hands of time. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his guide, his actions as his tools, his persistence as his strength, his resilience as his shield, his adaptability as his ally, his focus as his compass, his discipline as his forge, his pursuit of mastery as his beacon, and his mantle of an eternal student as his guide, Adam embraced the virtue of patience with an unwavering heart. Amid the city's hurried pace, Adam realized that patience was not a passive waiting game but an active choice to trust the process. The law of patience revealed that the journey was a mosaic of moments, each contributing to the masterpiece of success. With determination in his heart, he welcomed the virtue of patience into his life. Patience, he understood, was not about inaction, it was about aligning his actions with the rhythm of life. Adam embraced the practice of setting long-term goals while focusing on the present moment's tasks. Through this alignment, he transformed his journey into a dance with time, each step moving him closer to his aspirations. Adam incorporated practices that cultivated the virtue of patience. He engaged in mindfulness, learning to savor the present instead of rushing toward the future. He embraced gratitude, recognizing the blessings that were already present in his life. He reflected on the lessons embedded within delays, viewing them as opportunities for growth. But patience wasn't just about external circumstances, it was also about cultivating inner calm. Adam recognized that impatience was born from a desire for instant gratification, while patience was a choice to trust the unfolding of events. The law of patience guided him to nurture a mindset that celebrated progress, no matter how small. As he walked the path of patience, Adam encountered moments of frustration and restlessness. There were times when progress seemed slow, and the road ahead felt uncertain. In those moments, he turned to the stories of those who had honed the virtue of patience, drawing inspiration from their ability to navigate life's challenges with grace. Adam's mentorship program continued to flourish as he applied the virtue of patience to his journey. The deliberate pace he set allowed him to savor each milestone and relish the growth that came from overcoming obstacles. The law of patience had shown him that success was not a sprint but a marathon, a journey that required endurance and trust. One day, as he stood before a mirror, Adam looked into his own eyes and affirmed, "I am patient." It became his mantra, a reminder that patience was not a weakness but a strength. He understood that patience was not just waiting for things to happen, it was actively cultivating a mindset of serenity and trust. In a moment of reflection in the same park where his journey had begun, Adam watched as leaves gently fell from the trees, carried by the breeze. The rhythm of nature whispered the truth of the law of patience, a truth that reminded him that growth, like the changing seasons, unfolded with its own timing. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting warm hues on the landscape, Adam felt a deep sense of gratitude for the law of patience. It had transformed his hurried steps into purposeful strides, his days into chapters of steady progress. He recognized that patience wasn't just a virtue, it was a mindset that allowed him to embrace each moment with grace and equanimity. With his purpose as his anchor, his vision as his North Star, his actions guided by determination, his persistence unwavering, his resilience steadfast, his adaptability at the ready, his focus as his compass, his discipline as his forge, his pursuit of mastery as his beacon, his mantle of an eternal student as his guide, and the virtue of patience as his ally, Adam looked ahead with anticipation. The law of patience had become his mentor, teaching him to walk with steady steps through the ebb and flow of time. As he continued to cultivate patience, he knew that he was nurturing a spirit that could weather the storms of delay and uncertainty, emerging stronger and wiser on the other side. Listen and understand the remaining 54 Illuminati's laws in subsequent chapters and benefit from them.